Hi, my name is Ezekiel. I live in Germany, but I've not always lived here. Born in one of northern Nigeria's most rural places with no access to school, no access to healthcare, no access to clean water, roads, or even electricity. As a little boy, I used to think that we were the only ones existing because of how far away we were from civilization. We were so poor that even the poor called us poor. It wasn't just poverty, but also illiteracy. My parents had never been to school, neither my grandparents, or as far back as I can count. When I was born, my father wanted to end the cycle of illiteracy, but in order for him to do that, it would mean that he would give me out to another family far away with the hope they will school me. That would shatter my childhood as being away from my parents at a young age of 7 years old. It has left me with a scar, which I'm going to share a little later. Not just me, but also it has a devastating impact on my mom, being the firstborn and being taken away from her. While my father hoped that this family was schooling me, but they didn't keep up to their promise. After a few years, I ended up on the street as a street kid. As a 9-10 years old on the street, it was very tough, it was very difficult. No access to food, no access to any form of protection. I was vulnerable and exposed to all forms of violence. That would all change when I got rescued by an organization called YWAM. They sheltered me, they fed me, and they sent me to school. It has compelled me, inspired me to bring change in northern Nigeria. There are enormous needs in northern Nigeria, a region that is devastated with all forms of terrorism, with the highest rate of illiteracy, out of school boys and girls, with no access to clean and safe drinking water, and with a huge environmental disaster because of the desert encroachment and trees being chopped down for woods. Growing number of young boys and young girls that are not in school because they walk long distance to collect open source water that is contaminated. That's why sustainable clean water has been providing water, access to clean and safe drinking water to families and communities in northern Nigeria especially. And for the last 3 years, our project has served more than 20,000 people access to clean and safe drinking water, and we have seen a significant impact of young boys and girls going back to school instead of walking long distances to collect water. This is made possible because of the access to clean and safe drinking water they have. With availability of water, planting environmental trees become much more possible and sustainable. We have engaged different schools now in planting trees and working with these communities in understanding the importance of tree planting and the seriousness of the climate disaster we are facing, because we don't have planet B as an option. We only have one Earth. We also plant fruit trees to be able to produce some fruit that contains certain level of nutrient to give these children to fight some of the malnourishment also in the region. Our desire and our goal is to plant 5 million trees by the year 2030. Last year I was in Geneva attending the World Trade Organization Public Forum. Dr. Ngozi made a statement that resonates so deeply with me. She said, when the poor cannot see and feel the impact, then it's questionable. The theme of the WTO this year was, it is time for action. We would like to invite you to be a part of this life-changing project, both in the environment and also in the lives of people who desperately need this. It is our responsibility, and together we can achieve so much more. When it comes to our environment, we don't have much time left to protect it and the people that live in it. It is time for action. Together, it is solvable.